What's happening, everyone? I'm Justin, and this is my Booktube Newbie video. You guys probably know what's coming up, so let's get right to the questions. Question number 1. Why did I start this channel? I had recently just discovered Booktube about, 2 months ago, and about the same time I had seriously got back into reading again and just built these shelves here, and I thought, that looks like fun, I could probably do that, right? But seriously, when I started looking into the booktube community, I thought it was awesome. I mean, people talking about their books, what they've read, what they like, what they don't like, upcoming books, and that sort of thing. I just thought it was great, and I thought maybe I should like to join them. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? That's kind of an awkward question. I don't really want to focus on me too much. Definitely not that fun. Probably don't expect anything crazy from me, but for unique, maybe. I've read a lot of nonfiction in the past, and that's primarily what I focused on, so I could definitely bring a lot of history to the table. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this channel? I'm definitely excited about getting some book recommendations, especially on the fantasy side, as I have literally no idea even really where to start. So any recommendations will always be appreciated. But also, I'd definitely like to meet some people that have the same book interests as me, both in fantasy and in history. Lastly, probably having a channel, I'm hoping, will keep me a little bit more accountable, so I don't fall into these reading slumps where I don't read for a month or two at all, Question number 4. Why do I love reading? Well, I love reading history because I enjoy learning about and trying to understand all facets of the human experience throughout time. Really, at the heart of history, you find stories. Stories of individuals and their choices and decisions and the lives they led. And studying that, I find it to be just fascinating. Question number 5. What book or series got me into reading? Well, I'm probably going to cheat a little bit because I've always read a little bit, but what really made me super interested in history and reading seriously wasn't actually a book, but a class I took in college in philosophy, and that started leading me into reading all about the classical world and that sort of thing, and then I fell in love with history, and I started getting history books, and that's that. Question number 6. What questions would I ask my favorite YouTubers? I'd probably have to ask what their favorite historical setting would be for a fantasy novel, if they're into fantasy, or if not, what their favorite historical figure from the past would be. Question number 7. What challenges will be the most difficult to overcome with a booktube channel? Probably, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm really not good at improvising, especially when I'm talking. I usually do pretty good if I can memorize it beforehand, but that seems kind of weird probably with a YouTube channel. I mean, maybe not, I don't know. And secondly, I hate the sound of my own voice, so I'm going to have to listen to that all the time, and I guess I just got to get over it. Question number 8. When did I start reading? Well, I remember the earliest times I could really remember reading were 1st and 2nd grade when we had accelerated reader and reading counts programs on the computer where we took tests and got points and little free prizes at the end of the year. But seriously reading, reading my history and that sort of thing, would have been my sophomore year in college. Ugh, man, I'm getting old. That would have been about 6 years ago, maybe. Question number 9. Where do I read? Finally, a nice, straightforward, easy question. That would be the couch. If I'm taking notes, it would be at the table with my notebook, and also in bed before I go to sleep. Question number 10. What kind of books do I like to read? Well, definitely history. Pretty much anything from the ancient world through the medieval period, I'm good for. Some modern stuff, but not nearly as much. I like philosophy some. I also like fantasy, and I'm starting to read some fiction now, and that's definitely my go-to genre for that. And any recommendations? I'm all ears. Well, that wraps up the Booktube Newbie questions for me, everyone. Hopefully that didn't go as bad as I felt it did, but, everyone's got to start somewhere. Thanks for watching. Until next time, read victoriously.